And coming to international, India Sri Lanka signed 4 agreements for collaboration in ICT sector, that is information and communication technology sector. This comes into effect from 2018 onwards, April 2018 onwards. And this is signed between India and Sri Lanka as part of agreement or MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, to share the knowledge network among universities and academics. And Sri Lanka is a neighboring country for India, shares sea boundary with India in the south within Indian Ocean, and the President of Sri Lanka is Maithripala Sirisena. Next, 4th ASEAN India Ministerial Meeting on Agriculture and Forestry was held in New Delhi on 13th January 2018. ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, is a regional organization which was established in 1967 with headquarters Jakarta of Indonesia. So, India is not a member of ASEAN, but it is a dialogue partner for ASEAN. So, therefore, India has organized the 4th ASEAN India Ministerial Meet, so to develop agriculture and forestry in the Southeast Asian nations. This is led by Indian Agriculture Minister Radha Mohan Singh. So, if any question regarding agriculture is very important when India is giving its support to the neighboring countries regarding the agriculture, technology and production in agriculture, it makes very important. And India is the largest producer of agricultural products. So, it is in the top 3 list, maybe in rice, wheat, cotton, etc. Next, Nepal starts receiving internet connection from China. So, in a major agreement between Nepal and China to develop Nepal, the China has is providing the infrastructure facility to Nepal. In this regard, okay, so Nepal has started providing internet facility to its citizens, okay, by with the help of China. So, Nepal China optical fiber link via Rasu Wagadi gateway across Himalayan mountains. Earlier, India provided internet to Nepal with 34 Gbps, gigabyte per second. Now, China is providing only 1.5 Gbps. Earlier, it was 34 Gbps which was provided by India. And next, coming to another significance, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has made a historic 6-day visit to India from 14th of January to 19th of January 2018. And Israel Prime Minister was being received by Prime Minister Narendra Modi at airport, setting aside the protocol and directly meeting the Prime Minister of Israel at airport itself. So, he welcomed him. Next, in this visit, it marks a 25 years of India-Israel relationship, that is diplomatic relationship. And this in this visit of PM of Israel, nearly 9 MOUs, Memorandum of Understandings, was signed between India and Israel, and that becomes very important. So, it is in the field of space, defense, science and technology, oil, energy, gas, renewable energy, cyber security, airport protocol, and also cooperation in production of films. So, another major MOU is Israel's Sareh Zedek Hospital has made a MOU with Ministry of Health and Family Welfare to share Ayurveda and homeopathy with Israel, as they are gaining popularity in Israel. In this visit, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met a 11-year child, Moshe Holzberg, a survivor of 2008 terror attack in Mumbai. So, he is a Jewish. So, therefore, Benjamin Netanyahu has met a 11-year child who survived the terror attack in 2008 and paid his condolences. The child who lost his parents in the attack. So, the name of the child is important, it may be asked in the examination also, particularly why, because the PM of Israel, before coming to India, has already announced that he is going to meet the child. So, when he was in 2008, he was a toddler, and Benjamin Netanyahu is the first Israeli Prime Minister since 15 years who made a visit to India, and second in the row. So, the first Israeli Prime Minister to visit India was Ariel Sharon in the year 2003, and Israel is under controversy regarding the capital city Jerusalem, and in December 2017, US President Donald Trump has made a statement that they are recognizing, USA is recognizing Jerusalem as the capital city of Israel rather than Palestine. So, Palestine having a capital city of Ramallah. So, this is being condemned by the Middle East countries of Asia. In this regard, visit of Israel Prime Minister to India makes a very good significance. So, in the examination, this may be asked in the international affairs. And also, Teen Murti Chowk in New Delhi was renamed as Teen Murti Hafia. So, Hafia is a city in Israel which marks the victory of World War I during 1918, and the city of Hafia now is celebrating centenary year of Battle of Haifa in Israel. So, 1918 to 2018. So, Haifa city is celebrating the event. So, in New Delhi, Teen Murti Chowk, which has 3 bronze statues, represents the states of Hyderabad, Jodhpur and Mysore during British India. So, which carried ever victorious in World War I. So, as it happened in Haifa city of Israel, so Teen Murti Chowk was renamed as Teen Murti Haifa which is being suggested by NDMC, New Delhi Municipal Council. Next, India UK signs 2 major agreements as part of Memorandum of Understanding. So, in the citizen migration. So, the first agreement is to enable return of illegal Indian immigrants, that is to stop illegal immigrants to UK, as well as to share the criminal records between the two countries, India and UK. So, this MOU signed between India's Minister of State for Home Affairs, Kiran Rijiju, and UK's Minister of Immigration, Caroline Nokes, in London. And coming to Ecuador, Ecuador's Foreign Minister Maria Fernanda Espinosa announced that country has granted citizenship to WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. So, Julian Assange was in news since 2009 as he is one of the major whistleblower in the world. So, he founded WikiLeaks to show the major informations or secrets to the world, and he belongs to Australia actually, and he stays in Moscow of Russia, and Ecuador recently has announced citizenship status to Julian Assange. And Maitri Do bus services, this is a second series of bus services from Tripura to Kolkata via Dhaka of Bangladesh, was started by Tripura MLA Ratan Das. So, this trans-border route was inaugurated on January 13th, 2018. The first bus services was started during 2017, and this is the second one, Maitri 2. Maitri 1 was started in the year 2017. At the same time, Shyamali is a bus services runs from Dhaka to Agartala of Tripura. So, to build up a strong relationship with the neighboring country Bangladesh, so we are providing bus and rail route services to Bangladesh along with agriculture commodities. So, in this major event, we are moving to northeastern states via Kolkata with the help of Bangladesh. So, we are connecting to northeast very fast, okay, via Bangladesh. So, Bangladesh was part of India during 1905. So, the first partition of India was taken place in the year 1905, where East Bengal was divided from Bengal. Now, the Bengal is known as West Bengal. The East Bengal is now known as Bangladesh. So, earlier before that it was known as East Pakistan also. But to have a very good tie-up and neighbor relationships, we are laying a roads through Dhaka of Bangladesh. And recently on 15th January 2018, Bangladesh, India, Bhutan, Nepal, BBIN you can suppose, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, BBIN. Route, trans-boundary management route was also started. So, this is to connect the neighboring countries with India. Okay. So, it may be India with Bangladesh moving to Tripura, or else Manipur or Mizoram also moving to Myanmar. Okay. So, from Myanmar we can even to extend our services to Thailand and even to Indonesia. So, the bus or rail route, okay, so between the countries is under construction. And the first railway route to Bangladesh was started after independence in the year 1965, and again it was stopped. And since year 2008, Maitri Express, a railway route from Kolkata to Kulna of Bangladesh, was started. And second train from India to Bangladesh is Bandhan Express. So, this was started in the year 2017 on 9th of November, and this also is an important as it is an organization, that is Australia Group. India joins Australia Group as 43rd member of Australia Group. So, this was this major development was taken place on 19th January 2018, and Australia Group is a cooperative and voluntary group. So, Australia Group is a cooperative and voluntary group comprising the members that are working to prevent the spread of materials, equipments and technologies that could be used to develop or acquire chemical and biological weapons. So, CBW. So, any countries which wants to develop the chemical and biological weapons, okay, will be stopped by Australia Group, which is having 43 members, and this Australia Group was established in the year 1985, and it meets annually in Paris of France. Remember, okay, so Australia Group meets in Paris of France, but not in Australia. So, it is an annual meeting every year, it will be held only in Paris of France, and now India is a member of Australia Group. So, what makes India to join Australia Group, and what is the use for India to join Australia Group? That is, India's joining in Australia Group will help to raise India's stature in the field of non-proliferation. Though it is not signatory to NPT, Non-Proliferation Treaty, or else NSG, Nuclear Suppliers Group. And in New Delhi, International Solar Alliance Summit was organized by Government of India. So, this is a 2-day event where India has hosted this one at UAE of Abu Dhabi. So, the World Future Energy Summit 2018 was also held, okay, on behalf of International Solar Alliance on January 17 and 18. On 15th and 16th January, India attended SCO's, Shanghai Cooperation Organization's International Military Cooperation Development meeting, and this meeting is led by Major General Ajay Seth. And remember, India joined SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, in 2017. And Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a 5-member body, now it is 6-member body, which was established in 1996 with headquarters Beijing. And Secretary General for SCO was Rashid Alimov. And SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, consisting of the countries above India. So, it is China, Russia, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, and now India joined SCO in the year 2017, and also it attended the International Military Summit organized by SCO. And the last for the day is Romania Prime Minister Mihai Tudose resigned on 15th January 2018 after his party Social Democratic Party withdraw its support. So friends, so these are the recent and important current affairs for the examination point of view. Hope you following the updates where we are just highlighting the events which may be asked in the competitive examinations. Thank you.